space. This was written by Gina Belton, who is an indigenous person, and let me think of the right word. She teaches, and she's a really wonderful, amazing person. And she gave me permission to share some of her words about community, collaboration, and embodiment. Sounds good, huh? And congruent with our practice and our lives. This is by, I'm going to say it wrong, Manulani Alui Meyer, indigenous scholar of the oceans and oceans people. How I experience the world is different from how you experience the world, and both our interpretations matter. This is an important point, as it links inevitably to transformative policies, awareness, and paths to liberation. It expands the idea of what knowledge is supposed to be, and in truth is. Vast, limitless, and completely intersubjective. As we awaken a revolution of remembering, a revolution of remembering will bring us back to what is valuable about life and living, knowledge and knowing. Body is the central space in which knowing is embedded. Our body holds truth. Our body invigorates knowing, and our thinking body is not separated from our feeling mind. Open to awe and its loving expression, respect. Revel in our diversity and the mutual accompaniment of our belonging, for we have always belonged to each other. Now more than ever, let us not break faith with one another and remember what it is to welcome each other in the cultivation of an ethic of radical hospitality. So that seemed like a good entry, radical hospitality, and each person brings their own life, karma, aspirations to this practice period. One of the delights is getting to read your applications. And one of the rituals is that because I think there are 50 people in this practice period, so we are a mighty little bunch here, a mighty bunch of bodhisattvas. Marilyn and I are going to read some today, and we'll read some again on Thursday. So if you don't hear I've been part of these kinds of rituals, sitting where you're sitting, and you always listen for your own words, even if you're moved by everybody else's. So if you don't hear your own words today, they'll be there on Thursday, and maybe you'll be there on Thursday too. So Marilyn will read. We're going to do this anonymously. Everything is confidential. Please know that throughout this, with your practice period partners, we'll send out information about that. But we're really deeply, respectfully taking care of each other. And so what we say and read will be, I think or hope, would identify anyone, but you'll know who you are. Okay, so Marilyn, please.
So, what intention brings you to this practice period? I would like to reconnect with precept practice and plan to attend the monthly Zooms. It's been just 3 months since my mom passed, and I am curious about how I can incorporate space and ease in my practice in the midst of grief and busy days. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up. Okay, thank you. My intention is to cultivate a more compassionate, resilient, grace-filled, accepting, and kind attitude towards aging, specifically physical diminishment. I have a few criteria. Or, if none of these desirable states arise, then may I be similarly inclined toward what is present. She's also going to read Sue Moon's book, Alive Until You're Dead. She is certainly a wise teacher for me on this journey. For this particular read, I plan on using each chapter as an opportunity for reflection. Perhaps I'll do some writing or just contemplating. Either way, I want to take a deeper dive into what Sue offers and its relevance in my life. What brings me to this practice period is the email I receive each week from Chris and a willingness to get to know the Sangha members. My intention is to deepen my commitment to daily practice and study. So, as far as intention, I am coming through a bit of a depression that I believe was also stress-related and has a strong element of internalized capitalism and patriarchy. I am watching the relationship between stress and my self-concept and practicing to better know myself and value my capacities. Taking inventory of the things that are good in my life feels like an important step to knowing myself more completely, for growing a stronger sense of self that is not so reliant on or influenced by external conditions. A practice slogan for me this practice period might be gratitude, self, sovereignty. My intention is to continuously cultivate wholehearted practice joyfully. My intention is to deepen my understanding and experience of Buddhism, to develop a daily practice, and to practice bringing the teachings into my daily life. My personal intention this time around is to study Thich Nhat Hanh's The Other Shore, chant the Heart Sutra each day of the practice period, and try copying the Heart Sutra. My intention is to find compassion in this difficult time in my life. My intention is to continue long-time practice, connect with Sangha and Chris, stay awake as much as possible to serve others. Between not working much and being pretty much incapacitated with pain from May to just a couple of weeks ago, I've lost my sense of my life's purpose. I'd like to regain a sense of meaning and purpose. I want to cultivate a more regular practice of meditation and Qigong. I also want to focus on my exploration of clay, earth, texture, color, the process of working on the wheel, which feels like a sacred practice. And I want to rekindle my regular sitting practice and work with practicing inside of my mundane life.
Intention: to become a better, compassionate, kind human being. To make connections with others of like mind. Commitment to meditate every day and attend longer practices. Intention: I go through periods of sitting regularly, and now I'm sitting occasionally. So I want to support constancy in sitting practice and strengthen my connection to the Sangha. This will be my 5th practice period. I am committed to preparing to take vows in the spring. My goal for this period is to renew daily zazen. I am off of my own schedule, and to slow down and trust in the path opening before me, I also want to start coming to both sanghas during the practice period. I want to take the opportunity to intensify my practice and love doing fall practice period because of the time of year. I commit to carving out more practice time. We'll add zazen at the end of the day in addition to morning zazen. Intention: deepen by reading more and applying it to my relationships of family, friends, and how I walk in the world. 20 years of practice. Be it, do it, become it. Intention: renewal in life process following the pandemic. Now to me is a different world that bears little resemblance to my life pre-pandemic. It has always been an enormous time of growth and understanding. Spending considerable time alone, giving me the opportunity to think seriously about climate change, white privilege, my own personal Buddhist practice and where it's going, how I can change my life to accommodate the new world I now live in, and how my actions adversely or positively affect those around me. Commitment to spend time being the best I can be by being thoughtful and concerned about others and being aware of damage I might cause the planet. Be aware of damage I might be causing the planet. To be inclusive where others are concerned. I know the joy of sitting in samadhi states, rare, and just so, and the pains of suffering while sitting and watching those times as they come and go. I cherish the Sangha and was so nurtured by everyone in both Sanghas and Chris's and Marilyn's presence throughout COVID and ongoing. Personal commitment, daily sitting, visualizing Bodhisattva Samantabhadra's work in the world and journaling about it and my part in her actions. I started practicing in high school when I met Suzuki Roshi and encountered Buddhism. I have been doing meditation since then. Also been on pilgrimage, shamanism, energy healing. I intend to redouble my efforts to remain in the present moment. Let go of worry, notice emotional states, but not hold on to them moment by moment. Intention, deepening my practice, especially how to be a Zen caregiver and looking at death up close. In a recent Dharma talk, Chris talked about Jizo Bodhisattva. Specifically, that Jizo was willing to go to the hell realms to save her mother. Since my mother died a couple of years ago, I've been hoping that Zen had a form of hell realm that she was suffering in, using the idea of karma to feel that she's finally getting what she deserves. Not something I'm proud of, but it's comforted me. I knew right away when I heard about this aspect of Jizo that this has to be part of my practice. To be willing, at least to be willing to imagine saving my mother from the hell realms. Commitment to open my practice to all experiences as much as possible. I am particularly drawn to the concept of being present with what is happening, which to me means to sit and let my thoughts, pains, etc. be as they are. My intention is to focus on shifting my negative self-talk that circles round and round. I tend to observe and watch this with my goal to soften and detach from it, as though I am watching another from far away. I intend to give it space and knowing even the process will have fluctuations. Also, I want to meditate on my own at least once a week. Can you all right now take a moment and affirm your intention for this practice period, knowing that the language, it can change and grow. What is your intention right now? Maybe it's what you wrote on the application. Maybe you'll be surprised what arises right now. And then dedicating it to the well-being of all beings everywhere. We have the chant books here, people on screen. If you know the Heart Sutra, I don't think we can put it up on shared screen. If you have a chant book, or you can, what page is the Heart Sutra on in the chant book? Can I have one too, Myra? And Marilyn?
Yes. 6. No. 2. No. Heart Sutra.
Yeah. In this copy that I have, it's on page 2 and 3. Some of you, if you're like me, you've chanted it enough that if other people are chanting it, you can chant along, or just feel it as it's chanted around you.